Every time naglalabas si Xiaomi sa China ng bagong phone nila, especially the flagship, it really gets me excited. Itong Xiaomi 14 is now packed with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with a better screen and a better camera. And overall, this phone only starts at 38,500 pesos para sa kanyang 8256, which is quite affordable. Mas mura pa sa Xiaomi 13T Pro na highest variant. And I've seen a lot of improvement in this phone. Ilalatag natin, ipapakita ko sa inyo dito sa video nito right after this quick unboxing. So finally, we've seen this phone. This is the Xiaomi 14, a smaller version of the Xiaomi 14 Pro. It has been parang tradition na ni Xiaomi na kumopya kay Apple. Normally, sa ibang phone brands, yung Pro variant nila is the same size but medyo iba konti ang design or iba konti ang kanyang internals. But ibahin mo si Xiaomi kasi kinopya nila sa Apple. This one probably is the iPhone 15 Pro and yung higher variant which is the 14 Pro would be the same sa 15 Pro Max. Isang mas maliit, isang mas malaki. The specs is almost the same, but there are some added features lang sa Pro variant. So, makita natin ang design na is parang kinumpak mo lang konti ang Xiaomi 14 Pro. And makita mo ka ng camera bump is exactly the same sa Xiaomi 14 Pro. Dalawang step siya, no? May isang step dito, then meron pa siyang frame dito bago yung base dito sa kanyang katawan. And pansin ko, parang medyo kumapal siya this time around, the same sa Xiaomi 14 Pro. Probably ang kanyang sensor is bigger, that's why it's a little bit bigger ang kanyang bump. The only thing na ayaw ko sa kanya is pag nilapag mo siya sa flat surface, magwo-wobble siya. Yan. Kita niyo? Kasi dito, empty. Yan. Ang hawak natin dito is the white variant. This is the 12256 variant pala ang hawak natin. And the cheapest variant is a 256. You can buy that at 38,500 pesos. And nabili ko nga pala to sa Shandi Masangkay. Link on the description. So makita mo kanyang katawan is exactly the same. Pag curve na dito, parang meron pa siyang additional frame dito. Normally makita mo parang unibody na mga design, but iniba ni Xiaomi this time around. Giving it more texture, it's a little bit more of a half-half between curved edge and yung flat edge. No? So meron siya konting curve dito bago siya naging flat. I kind of like the design which gives me a little bit better grip. You get the goodness ng isang curve which is hindi siya makanto and you get the goodness din ng flat which is mas maganda ang grip kaysa curve. Magaling mag-isip si Xiaomi, no? They come up with different design to give you that better feel sa inyong mga flagship phones. So itong phone na ito is 5G ready. I've tested it sa Globe Smart and dito. Wala naman naging problema sa pagsagap ng signal. And if you're looking for eSIM dito sa phone na ito, sad to say wala pa naman siyang eSIM dito. Probably the global variant might support a eSIM. Kasi hindi pa uso sa China ang eSIM. So pag-usapan natin yung display, this one is a flat screen na siya. Hindi na siya curved glass though. Usually you'll see a curved glass sa mga flagship ni Xiaomi. But this time around, si 14, hindi siya curved glass. So, makita mo, flat na flat siya. Yan guys, oh, flat na flat. There are some peoples talaga na ayaw nila ng curved edge. So, this one might be the one for you. Itong phone na ito is a 6.36-inch na LTPO AMOLED display. Meron siyang 120Hz of screen refresh rate and ang kanyang maximum brightness is 3,000 nits. Very bright. The same sila ni Pro variant. And ang kanyang pixel count is 1200 by 2670 pixels, which is very clear when you're watching mga high resolution na video. Kung mahilig ka mag-scroll through sa mga TikTok, Facebook, and of course sa mga Reels, okay na okay siya. Very smooth ang response dito sa phone na ito dahil sa kanyang high refresh rate. And if you're asking me kung meron siyang level 1 na Wi-Fi security level, yes, meron siya level 1 as per DRM info. So you can watch your HD content on your favorite online streaming apps. So watching videos sa YouTube, sa Netflix, okay na okay siya. Sobrang gandang colors nito, very bright, very punchy. And I've watched a couple of films dito while I'm reviewing this phone and it's really nice. So siguro the downside lang dito is medyo mas malit ang phone nito. There are some people na gusto na malit ang phone, doesn't want the big buck, but this one is just ample enough for my hand. But yung display is just a little bit smaller. Mas sanay ako sa mga 6.7. Of course, that's just my personal opinion. I would suggest i-turn on ito super resolution para mas ma-enhance ang mga video watching nyo dito sa Xiaomi 14. And meron din siya sa 14 Pro. Pwede mo rin laro ang color scheme if you want para medyo mas personalized ang feel dito sa kanyang color. Now, pagdating naman sa benchmarking dito sa phone na ito, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It's one of the first one to come out with that chip. And ang ganda ng kanyang score, no? It was able to give me a near 2 million points dito sa Antutu benchmark. And si Xiaomi, pag nag-testing sila, lagpas 2 million, no? Pero pag in actual usage and actual testing, like mga consumer like you and me and mga tech reviewer, hindi umaabot doon sa nakukuha nila sa laboratory. I don't know why. Maybe there's some tweak or maybe ibang kanilang condition. Mas malamig sa China and mas mainit sa Philippines. Maybe. Maganda rin ang score na nakuha ko dito sa Wildlife Extreme Stress Test. 81% agad ang stability. Maybe hindi pa ganun ka-optimize pa tong chip na ito. We'll see it improve further. It was able to obtain a good score din dito sa Geekbench, sa CPU benchmarking niya. And ang kanyang GPU benchmark shows a good score as well. Now, this is where it gets fun. Maganda ang kanyang score dito sa thermal throttling test. You can see all green. And nag-throttle siya to 92% ng kanyang maximum performance capability. Which means, pagdating naman later sa gaming, makita mo na this phone would be able to perform. Now, battery nito phone na ito is nerfed to 4,610 mAh and can charge up to 90 watts. No? Si Pro can charge up to 120, but meron din siya wireless charging capability up to 50 watts and meron din siya reverse wireless charging up to 10 watts. So, charging your phone from 0 to 100, 30 minutes, kayang-kaya naman niya. And ang phone na ito can last you the whole day without even charging. And I can further attest to that giving you a benchmarking score dito sa kanyang battery stress test. It was able to squeak out a 18 hours na screen on time, which means that this phone, if you set it to 50% brightness and 60 Hz screen refresh rate, ganun kakunat tong phone na ito. And probably it might be lower if you always set it to 120 Hz. Now, pagdating naman sa mobile gaming, alam naman natin, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it's designed to perform. Now, playing 3 games dito, Genshin Impact, si Call of Duty Mobile, and si Farlight 84. Here are the maximum graphical settings na kaya natin i-set. And all of them nilaro natin for mga 30 minutes to 1 hour. And playing Call of Duty Mobile and Farlight 84, ito dalawang game na ito, sobrang smooth. Halos zero ang frame drops kanila. And the gameplay was really immersive and fun. Now, one thing na gusto ko rin dito sa kanya is magandang grip dito sa phone nito dahil sa kanyang bagong design na frame. And it gives me that better grip. And I would say na yung touch response na is pretty fast as well. Now, pagdating naman sa Genshin Impact, setting it to all high, sa kanyang first 30 minutes of gameplay, smooth naman siya. But as you stroll along, mga towards 1 hour, mafe-feel mo na umiinit na siya dito, no? It reached at around mga 45 to 46 degrees Celsius and you see it to be a little bit more sluggish, no? Lalo pag heavy battle na siya, mafe-feel mo na medyo nagsislow down siya konti, may konting frame drops. Dahil siguro sa kanyang init dito sa phone na ito. And personally, I will suggest you to buy a FlyDG na B5X or B6X to cool your phone down faster. This time around, gusto na natin pag-usapan ang Leica lens nitong Xiaomi 14. And it's packed with tatlong 50MP na camera. Starting off with a 50MP na main camera sensor with a OIS, 50MP na telephoto lens na may 3-point time zoom na optical zoom, and meron din siyang 50MP na ultra-wide lens, which rounds out 3 50MP na camera. Non-pro pa lang to. It can shoot up to 8K and 24 FPS, which supports Dolby Vision na HDR. And ang kanyang selfie camera is a 32MP na front-facing camera, which finally guys, ang flagship ni Xiaomi meron ng 4K and 60. Oh, thank God, grabe. It took you so long from, I guess supposed to be, dapat at least mga Xiaomi 10 meron na siyang 4K and 60. It took them so many years to finally solve that problem. I would say na siguro this time around, I'll consider taking some selfie videos using kind of front-facing camera. I normally don't use dahil sa kanyang 1080 and 30 and 1080 and 60 na front-facing cameras sa kanyang mga flagship, which is definitely boo for me and would say na it definitely bump up So since wala akong Xiaomi 13, I lent this phone to my good friend Mike De La Cruz to give me a couple of shots to compare the Xiaomi 13 and Xiaomi 14 na shots. You would see some improvement from the Xiaomi 13 and Xiaomi 14 na camera shots side by side. And makita mo medyo mas sharp siya. On some occasion and on most occasion, you would see it to perform better than the Xiaomi 13. Si front-facing camera, needless to say, it really has improved. So pag-usapan naman natin mga shots dito sa phone na ito. And taking some outdoor shots, some of these samples are really looking nice. Makita natin, no, itong shot na ito is very clear. The blue sky is very blue. And makita mo mga cloud na preserve ang kanyang mga details. And if you zoom it in sa mga window, it's still very, very sharp. So nilaro din natin ang kanyang ultra-wide lens. This is how it looks like. You would see mga clouds has a lot of details in it. And the blue sky is not really that blue. Makita mo yung photo is not that saturated. No? Now, if you look at this one, you would see the blueness a little bit more saturated on the normal lens. But if you zoom it in sa kanyang building, it's still clear and still usable itong photo na ito. And this is a 2x zoom shot. And further taking it, it's a 3-point zoom shot. So, yung 3x zoom shot niya, yung blueness, bluer than the blue dito sa 2x zoom shot. And pag tinignan mo yung mga details dito sa puno, it's still good, but medyo na-soften na siya kasi nakafocus tayo dito sa tuktok ng building. Further taking some more building shot, it looks really clear and sharp. And taking this sunset shot, I would say na okay naman siya. It's quite breathtaking except that puro ulap do, so hindi natin nakuha na ayos yung sun. But I would say this photo is not really that bad. Now, taking this flower pot shot, you would say na mukhang normal lang siya, no? But if you look into the details ng kanyang alambre and kanyang mga ugat, it looks very detailed. Itong simple shot na ito, no? Pati mga kalawang kitang-kita. Now, moving indoor for some low light shot. These are mga bacon. You would see na yung mga oil niya is very shiny. So, very much preserve ang kanyang mga details and I like it. Pati itong shot ng tuyo, no, it really looks nice. Preserve yung detail, pati yung ulo, no, ng isda. And one more food shot, you would see itong dried mango dito sa harap. Looks very nice and yummy. And yung background blur niya sa mga ibang foods niya sa likod is also looking very nice. Very focused siya dito sa harap. Taking a look dito sa Christmas tree shot, you'd see yung reindeer sa harap. Very much good ang kanyang details, very sharp. And yung mga likod is medyo nag-blur ng konti. And so again, playing with the ultra-wide lens, this is how it looks like. This is the normal one. Makita mo yung color niya na medyo iba. Mas yellowish konti dito sa ultra-wide lens as compared dito sa normal lens. This is the 2x zoom shot. And further zooming in, this is a 3.2x zoom shot. Now, this is one of my favorite shot, no? So, focus natin dito sa bola. So, kita natin nung nag-blur out siya, unti-unti siya nag-blur out. Dito medyo malinaw pa konti, pa-blur towards the end of handrails, which looks very nice and very dramatic tong shot na ito. Now, this is one of my favorite shot na itong night mode shot. Really nice and makita natin preserve ang kanyang details. Kita mo rin pagka-focus sa kanyang subject is very nice and very clean ang cut niya. Kahit gabi na, yung cut niya sa edges nitong Santa Claus na versus yung background niya, which makes a perfect night mode shot. Now, one of the improvement I would say is ang kanyang selfie camera. I would see na sometimes na mga ibang flagship ng Xiaomi, like yung Xiaomi 13, medyo nadi-disappoint ang kanyang selfie camera. But ito, it is finally a flagship-worthy na selfie camera. Taking some outdoor shot, looks nice. And taking in some indoor shot is also sharp and nice. Very much detailed na. Makita mo ang mga shots natin. Some more indoor shot. So, what's nice din dito sa kanya is meron siyang AI audio to enhance yung audio ng mga video captured. So, this is one of the samples na kinuha natin on outdoor for vlogging. Quite stable. 4K 60 finally. And medyo nag-glare lang konti dito sa ilalim dahil sa sobrang liwanag ng sunlight. But overall, I would say itong video is very nice and sharp, and ito against the sunlight, so okay naman siya. I was able to handle. And this one is a indoor selfie video, which I think it's really more flagship worthy this time around. There are times na pag medyo maluwag konti, nag-overexpose ng konti, namumuti, but yeah, overall the quality is good. Ito naman 4K 60 na kinuha natin yung outdoor, stable, smooth naman siya, and panning around, you'll see the blue sky is blue, and the building are really nice and sharp. Colors are accurate based on what I see, and panning around is very nice and smooth. Hindi siya masakit sa mata. And further taking my video to a indoor naman, I think it has improved over from the Xiaomi 13, and taking some zoom in the video, yeah, details are still there. Okay, to conclude the phone na ito, what would I say? Xiaomi 14. at 38,500, I would say that it's definitely a better buy than the Xiaomi 13T. Price at 39,999 ang kanyang 1 terabyte of storage. I would highly recommend you to get something like this one, 38.5 or a little bit higher if you have a higher storage. You can check it sa Shandy Masangkay, and definitely hindi ka magsisisi, no, as compared sa Xiaomi 13T. This one, ang performance nito is way far superior than the Xiaomi 13T Pro and 13T by no doubt. So I've seen a lot of improvement dito sa phone nito, but siguro yung heat netong phone nito might be a little bit bugging if you don't have a cooler. Overall, the performance is sweet. Sobrang smooth niya, ganda ng kanyang design, and ang ganda rin ng kanyang display. The camera is really good and a good performer as compared sa Xiaomi 13 na base variant. So if you're planning to buy a flagship phone as a gift for yourself this coming Christmas, do consider the Xiaomi 14. If you're waiting for the global variant, hindi naman siya lalabas until the end of the Spring Festival in China, which is maybe February next year. So if you like this video, don't forget to share to your friends, and a sub to this channel would definitely be appreciated. I'll see you on the next one. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.